I'm really excited for sports clubs to come back. I took part in a lot of sports at my time at Brunel. I was part of the volleyball club, the futsal club, the football club. I even tried netball, but I'm excited for the liveliness they bring to be back on campus. I'm aware that a lot of first-year students didn't have that experience and a lot of second-year students got their experience cut short. So I'm quite excited for a point I've got on my manifesto called the Revarsity. What is Revarsity? Well, Revarsity gives the people who graduated in 2020 and people who are graduating in 2021 a chance to come back and play against the current teams. It will create just a week of just fun activities on campus, and I'm just so looking forward to working with the chairs of each sports club to make sure that every sport is reaching its full potential as soon as we're out of this pandemic. Well, I've found that working at the student union for a whole year, focus groups are a really good way to get student feedback and engagement, and I'm more than happy to sit down with anyone who wants to give feedback and just engage on how we can make people's lives better at the student union. I'm also very, very keen to work with the chairs of the current Chinese societies and come up with an action plan so that we can increase engagement in both. In regards to support, the BBC has unfortunately reported that anti-Asian racism crimes are up by 1,200%, which is a ridiculous and just unacceptable amount. So one of my manifesto points is to give our society and club committees anti-racism training. This anti-racism training will 100% cover the racism crimes that our Asian communities feeling due to this pandemic and ill-informed people. So I'm more than happy to work with anyone who wants to develop this training with me and just provide a better environment for all of our students. Well, I recently had a conversation with the Esports Society's chair and web officer, and we all together came up with an action plan to solve the issues that they were facing. I believe the issues they were facing, some of our other societies may also be feeling the same way, so this action plan will be distributed and implemented with all our clubs in our societies. The first thing I want to do is work with our society's administrator. As long as people are submitting event forms and telling us what they're doing, there should be no reason why we're not promoting them. So after submitting these events, I want to pass on the event details to our comms team to make sure that we are aware and we are promoting them equally on our social media pages and website. I think this will definitely benefit all of our societies and all of our clubs and will give promotion to everyone equally. Well, to be quite frank and honest, I've worked at the student union for 1 year, and hopefully next year we're going to be in a post-pandemic year where the university will be making up for revenue losses from rent freezes and possible other measures. And asking for extra funding is not very realistic, hence why I didn't put it on my manifesto. What I do promise is to work with our clubs and societies to find sponsorships, find alternatives, find ways to engage people in the experiences they missed because of this pandemic, and together work to deliver the best year that we can. Well, if we haven't met before, my name is Connie and I am the current Vice President for Student Activities. And not to pat myself out on the back or anything, but I feel like I was Vice President for Student Activities in the hardest year that you could be in this role. There was little to no activities that we could do, but when we were allowed, we were one of the universities with the most sports offer open and safe for our students. We also put activities throughout lockdown, the first one, the second one, and the third one, and we'll continue to do so if unfortunately we go back into a lockdown. However, I like to believe that we're going to have a year full of activities and I cannot wait to plan some more. Other experiences that I have are I worked alongside the union as the chair of volleyball for 2 years. I also worked part-time in their reception and was heavily involved in the futsal committee as long as being vice chair of the Portuguese Societies Committee. I've also established links with key staff at like Brunel Sports and the rugby program. So I would really like to continue my work here at Brunel, and I need you guys to vote for me so that can happen.